Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. We are so excited to have you guys on board in this year 2023. I want to use the opportunity to wish you guys a very happy and prosperous new year. In Spanish, Feliz Año Nuevo. Thank you so much for sticking around us. And to our subscribers, come on, you guys are the Regis. Thank you so much for subscribing to our YouTube channel. We are actually on 300 plus subscribers right now, and it is amazing. Thank you so much for your likes, for your shares, for your comments. We see every one of them. I want to assure you that whatever comments you drop on the comment section, whatever questions you drop on the comment section as well, we are going to respond to it. We are doing our best to make sure that you get what you want. So thank you so much for sticking around. And for you guys who have not subscribed yet to our channel, what are you waiting for? Join this beautiful family. Subscribe. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And as you subscribe, remember to turn on the notification bell so that you can be notified whenever we drop a new video. We are so excited to be doing this with you guys in this year 2023. And I know you're excited as well because we have a lot of things that you would love. In today's video, we're going to be having our usual guest share with us something very interesting, and that is how he won the Green Future Scholarship at the University of Exeter in the United Kingdom. He's going to be sharing everything we need to know about this scholarship. So if this information is what you need to know or is interesting to you, then stay tuned to the end of this video. Without wasting much of your time, let us get right into the business of today.
Okay guys, welcome back. My name is Obodo Jude Chukwebuka. In our previous videos, we talked about how I won 3 fully funded scholarships in Europe, and it included the Erasmus Mundus Scholarship, the Green Future Scholarship, and the Allen and Nesta Ferguson Scholarship. So today I'll be talking about the Green Future Scholarship at the University of Exeter in the United Kingdom. This scholarship is a prestigious scholarship, and it covers full tuition fee up to about £25,000, and it also pays a stipend of about £15,000, which is usually splitted on a monthly basis to about £1,250 per month. I think it is very generous. So the scholarship, about 9 awards are available every year for the Green Future Scholarship, and these 9 awards are split across 6 faculties. There are about 6 faculties that are involved for the Green Future Scholarship. It is not all the faculties at the University of Exeter that is eligible for this scholarship. There are about 6 faculties that are eligible for this scholarship, and among these 6 faculties, there are selected departments in the faculties that are eligible for this scholarship. I applied for MSc Environment and Human Health at the Faculty of Medicine and Health. It is the only eligible department in the Faculty of Medicine and Human Health for the Green Future Scholarship. Okay, in some other faculties there are about 6 departments that are eligible for this scholarship. So I will drop the link on the description section. You go through it and look at the departments and see which of them is relevant to your background and your interests. So okay, so the Green Future Scholarship is a very wonderful scholarship, and it has 2 ways of application. It has 2 steps in applying for the scholarship. First of all, you have to get admission. Get admission in any of the eligible departments for this program. So when you look at the 6 faculties, you look at the departments that aligns with your background or with your interests, then you apply normal, the way you apply to UK universities, and get your admission. Getting admission is not a big deal. I'm sure you're not here because you want to know how to get admission in the United Kingdom. It is quite easy to get admission in the United Kingdom. The problem is getting the scholarship, getting the funding. And this funding is worth about £40,000. So it's very competitive, and it's just 9%. 9% are awarded the scholarship out of the thousands of people who are going to apply for the scholarship. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is to get admission in any of these eligible departments. Then you must be an international student. You must not be a home student in the United Kingdom. You must be an international student. You must come from a low or middle income country. So Nigeria is among this category. So if you're a Nigerian, you're eligible. If you're from some other African countries, you are eligible to apply for the scholarship. You must hold an international passport. Of course, it is important. And then also, you must not have studied or worked in any high income country at all. So if you have studied in a high income country like in Europe, in America, or in Australia, you are not eligible for the scholarship. So part of the eligibility criteria is that you have not studied or worked in a high income country. Okay, so if you have met all these eligibility criteria, then you can go ahead, apply for the admission and get the admission. Okay, now when you have gotten the admission, you can now go straight to apply for the Green Future Scholarship. That is the second phase of it. So my basic aim today will be to teach you how to write the essays involved when you are applying for the Green Future Scholarship. There is some other thing you need to know before we get into the essay. You need to know that you can also submit supplementary documents that can assist you during your application period. Supplementary documents that cannot be uploaded on the website during the application. You can send it via email. These supplementary documents include your online course certificates. You can send it to them, your conference certificates, your workshop certificates, your publications. If you have videos where you have done some voluntary works in your community that is recorded and maybe on YouTube, you can actually send it to them. It's part of supplementary document that shows how you are suitable for this scholarship. So whatever you have done in your career or in academics that is relevant for this application that you cannot submit through the website, you can send it as supplementary document to their email, so they will consider it. Another thing you should do is that you have to submit this supplementary document before the deadline. Usually the deadline is 1st of April of every year. And by 15th of May, you will be awarded the scholarship. You will get the response definitely on or before 15th of May the same year. So by 15th of May 2022, I was awarded the Green Future Scholarship for Masters in Environment and Human Health. I had to decline the offer because at that moment I've already accepted the Erasmus Mundus Scholarship for Public Health in Disaster. So I'm one other lucky person got the scholarship. I don't know who the person is, but I am glad because the admission officer told me that they have to give it to the next available person. Of course, that's how it works. So then after that, another thing you need to also know is that sometimes they may call for interview after you submit your application. Sometimes they do visual interview. During my time, there was no interview. Okay, and I think they do some of this interview maybe when there are ties. Okay, so when there are ties, they need interview to separate the two persons who are having the same score. So sometimes they may call for visual interview. So you should also be prepared so that in case you get an interview invite, you are not surprised. Okay, so let's go straight into how to tackle the essay questions. Now, before we go straight into the essay questions, I want to also let you know there is another scholarship at the University of Exeter called the Global Excellence Award. This scholarship offers 5,000 tuition waiver, £5,000 tuition waiver, £10,000 tuition waiver, or full tuition waiver only. There is no stipend for the Global Excellence Award. You can also consider to apply for the scholarship outside the Green Future Scholarship. Whereas in the Green Future Scholarship, if you win it, you get full tuition waiver as well as stipend. That's the difference. Okay, so now when you are about to tackle the essay questions, these are the things you need to know. Like I will always say, before you answer any essay questions for any scholarship, you need to understand what the scholarship is all about. The Green Future Scholarship is interested in 4 goals. You need to know these 4 goals, and whatever you are doing has to align within these 4 goals. The Green Future Scholarship is interested in sustainability, sustainable development. You need to be interested in sustainable development. They are interested in greener economy. They are interested in multiculturalism. They are interested in impact in your home country. Of course, your home country has to be a low-income country or a middle-income country. So they are interested in these 4 goals. So whatever you're going to write it within the context of these 4 goals. Okay?
Okay.
Then, if there are other things you think you can write, you can add it after you've finished talking about these 4 goals. So let's go straight to writing this 500-word personal statement for the Green Future Scholarship. Like I always say, you will divide your essay into paragraphs. These paragraphs enables you to capture every aspect of the essay. The first paragraph, like I will always say, is the personal statement of problem. It is personal to you because it is what is motivating you to apply for this scholarship. It is personal to you because it is a burden to you and also to your community, and you have a genuine interest to contribute to the solution of this problem. During my application, my statement of problem, or my personal statement of problem, was on neglected tropical diseases. As a parasitologist and as a biologist, I'm interested in neglected tropical diseases. These are diseases that are affecting a lot of people in the developing countries. It is strongly associated with poverty, and it increases a lot of issues in the development of people in developing countries. So it is my statement of problem. So when you're writing this area, you need to identify a problem in your community, a problem in your country, or a problem in your region that is of great interest to you as an individual in your profession, and a problem to your community too. And then you must show genuine interest to solve this problem. For those of you in business schools, in business management sciences, in physical sciences, you have to identify these problems. And there are so many problems. That is why it is a developing country. That is why it is a middle-income country. There are so many problems to be solved. So the Green Future Scholarship is interested in people who identify these problems and are willing and really motivated to contribute to the solution. Remember, you may not be able to solve all these problems, but your interest in these problems will actually contribute to the solution, and that is what they want to see. And the solutions you are bringing to these problems must be sustainable and must also encourage a greener economy. Okay? So when you identify this problem, you look for your organizations in your area of in your field or your area of interest that talks about this particular problem with verifiable statistics. Okay? You can talk about the World Health Organization. For those of us in the health sciences, please pardon me, I'll be talking more about everything about health and environment, because that is actually where I wrote my SOP from. Okay, so most of the things you'll be talking about, you need organizations that are, authorities in this area. You cite them because these problems has to be verifiable. Okay, now if there are personal encounters you have experienced as an individual in this area, it should also be your motivation to apply. It is also part of your statement of problem. Then you must also give a hypothetical solution to this problem, in a sense that this solution may not be the solution, but it is a hypothesis that if this is done, it's actually going to lead to a reduction or lead to an improvement in the lives of people in developing countries or in middle income countries. Do you understand that? It's an important part, because they need to see people who actually have the interest of developing countries at heart. So you really need to show yourself as someone who is interested in that. And also you need to show yourself as someone who has sustainable solution to this. Okay? Now, once you have written this, you have to move to the next paragraph. In the paragraph 2, you're going to talk about your suitability for the program. You have to be very suitable for the program, and there are criteria they use in assessing this part. You need to know people with high academic excellence. So in the first part, you need to tell them about your course of study during your undergraduate program. For me, it was parasitology and entomology. You have to tell them your ranking in your cohort. So if you are the top 5%, if you are the top 1%, if you are the top 10%, if you are the top 20%, as the case may be, they need people with strong academic excellence. It's part of what they will judge the application with. So you have to write this. Then you also have to tell them about your class of degree. So if it is first class degree or second class degree, this is where you mention it. Okay. Now, your academic excellence is the first part of your suitability to the program. Remember, we are in paragraph 2. In this paragraph 2, you talk about your academic excellence. This is where you mention it. After your academic excellence, you talk about relevant professional or voluntary experiences that makes you an excellent candidate for this program. Now, do you have leadership skills? And where have you exhibited your leadership skills? You give examples where you have played the role of a leader and the impact of your leadership. This is where you mention it. You also mention how you have worked in a multicultural environment during your internship. For people in Nigeria, during NYC, it's actually an opportunity to have a multicultural experience because there is this movement from one region to the other. So you live in places of different culture. How you're able to cope there. If there are impacts you have made during your National Youth Service Corps, this is where you also include them. So if there are other professional experiences you've had that is relevant to development and sustainability and impact your home country, you mention them here. And when you are mentioning them, you mention them in a smart format. You must state the problem you encountered during that position. You state the efforts you made, and then you also quantify the impact it had at the end of your leadership, leadership tenure, or the impact you had at the end of your working experience in this particular area. That is what I mean by smart. So, for example, you can say that when you joined this particular volunteer organization, you people had opportunity. You people had a situation where you needed to distribute maybe food to people who are less privileged. It's part of developmental effort. I'm just using it as an example. So there are, and you people made preliminary investigation and discovered there are about 2,000 homeless people in this area, and then you guys made budget to supply about 1,000 food out of the 2,000 people that are in need of assistance. So you are trying to give numbers to this your effort. So at the end of the day, you were able to actually achieve 50%. You people were able to feed about 50% of those who were in need in this area. Maybe the volunteer group or this non-governmental organization is interested in feeding the poor or feeding the homeless people. Okay, so you give numbers to your effort, give numbers to this issue, to your leadership skills. If you are the leader in the organization, you have to state it. State how you're able to lead this group of people, and the type of impact you've had. The Green Future Scholarship is interested in leaders who are going to bring solutions to the developmental problems in developing countries. So if in your workplace you are given promotion, you move from one rank to the other, then you are given promotion. What did you do with the promotion? What did you do with the new rank? If there are solutions you brought to this organization, you state them here using the SMART method. Okay. Now you move over to the other aspect of it. If you have worked in a group, for example, you have made publications. Okay, publication is an opportunity for you to work with different people. They need to see people who can collaborate with others and bring solutions to a particular problem. So during research writing or during research, when conducting research and you collaborate with others, you are trying to solve a problem. And when you are trying to solve a problem working with others, they are interested in people who can do this. So if you have done a publication with other people, or you are a co-author to a particular article, so this is where you mention that you have co-authored a particular article with so number of persons on a particular issue like this. Remember, research papers are meant to solve problems. So this is an opportunity for you to tell them how you can work effectively with people from other areas to solve a particular problem. They need to see this. So they need to understand that you are comfortable working in a team. Okay, So whatever job you have done, whether paid job or unpaid job, that you think is very relevant to development, relevant to sustainability, relevant to bringing a lot of impact to your home country, you need to state them. But when stating them, state them in a smart format. State the problem, state what you did in that situation, and state the impact of your action. That is what I mean by smart. You don't just say, I help people in my community. No. What help did you provide? What was the problem initially? What did you come to do there? You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So at the end of what you did, what was the impact? That is what I mean by smart approach. Okay? So after you have stated this stuff on your professional and voluntary experience as part of your eligibility for the program, you now go straight into the other aspect. The other aspect you need to mention under this second paragraph is your contribution to the program. How you are going to benefit the program. They need to know that you're going to bring something very important to the program. So for me, I was coming from the biological sciences, from parasitology background. I was coming into the program with my experience in parasitology. So you may be coming from another angle, another aspect, or another area. So what are you bringing to the program? I was bringing in my experience from public health volunteering work. I was bringing in my experience from biological sciences. So I was also bringing in my experience as a black person coming to study at the University of Exeter. It's part of how I'm going to enrich the beauty of the program. So I'm going to bring experiences I have working in a laboratory for me. So I'm going to enrich the program Masters in Environment and Human Health with my experience working in laboratory, with my experience as a public health volunteer. You get? So they need to know that you're a suitable candidate for this program. And what you're going to bring to this program is going to enrich the beauty of this program. Remember, part of their goals is multiculturalism.
Yeah.
So because you're coming from Africa or you're coming from an area that's eligible for this program, you need to show them at this moment that this is what you are bringing in. And because you have told them already that you have worked in these areas with evidence that matches what is in your CV, they are going to understand of a truth that you have the relevant multicultural skill to work in such team. In the Green Future Scholarship, people from different aspects of the developing countries will be there. So they need people who will enrich it. They don't want it to be monotonous. They want it to be very diverse. And they want you to fit into this diversity or this diverse cultural environment. Okay? So tell them about this. Tell them your cultural profile. Tell them your academic profile. Tell them things that actually makes you a unique candidate to fit into this environment. Okay? In this same second paragraph, you are going to talk about your seminar topics. In most Nigerian universities, we do seminar presentations. We also do research projects. So your seminar presentation and research projects will be solving some problems in your home country. So this is where you are going to mention them. Mention the topic. You did a topic on this, and this topic was able to address issues like this, and like that. It is part of your eligibility for this program. If you've done an undergraduate project, this is part of your research experience. For those of you who don't have any peer review publication, you mention them. This is still part of your second paragraph. You see that this second paragraph is very, very long. They need this important aspect, your contribution to the beauty of the program. They need to see it. They need to see your experiences, the experiences you've had working, either paid or unpaid jobs. They need to see it. They also need to see your academic excellence, the class of degrees you graduated with. They need to see it. They also need to see your leadership skills, how you've led others. They also need to see how you network with others. You need to show them in this suitability, in this second paragraph, which is your suitability to apply for this program. Remember, I am the one breaking this down. It is not broken down in the essay. It is just 500 words personal statement. So I've broken it down to the first paragraph and the second paragraph. This second paragraph has several aspects under it. The academic excellence. They need to see your volunteer work or your professional experience, your professional experiences that are relevant to the area of interest. Then your contribution to the beauty of the program. Then, like I said, lastly, you also mentioned your seminar topic and your project topic. This is still under the paragraph 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's go straight to the next part of this essay. Okay, in this third paragraph, you are going to talk about the University of Exeter, talk about the program you selected. In the University of Exeter, you talk about their ranking, especially in the area where you are applying. So for me, I talked about the ranking of University of Exeter when it comes to human health studies. So we also talk about some of the important course modules inside the program that is going to assist you to gain the skills you need to assist your home country, okay, or assist the region where you are coming from. So we are going to also talk about the researchers that are in this department or in this program that is going to assist you, that you want to work under, that you are interested in their work, they're interested in their research, and that you're going to learn a lot from. So mention these researchers, mention their names and their areas of interest and how it aligns with your career goals. Okay. For my program, Masters in Environment and Human Health, there is specializations inside the course. So during the second semester, you specialize. So I actually chose a specialization called Global Health. So you have to look at your program and be sure it has specializations. If it has specializations, please write about it. Choose a particular aspect of this course or choose a particular specialization in this course and then write about it, why you chose that specialization. Okay, they need to see people who understand the program they're going for. So every program will not be the same. Some programs will have specializations, some will not. So but at the end of the day, they want to be sure that this program you are coming for is really going to help you solve the problems you have stated earlier. Okay, remember what I said. This third paragraph is going to be very brief. It will not be as long as the second paragraph. The second paragraph will be the longest of them all. So this third paragraph, please be as brief as possible. Just go straight to the point. Okay. Now let's go down to the fourth paragraph. Okay, so in the fourth paragraph, you're going to write about your career ambition and your social responsibilities. In this section, you're going to divide your career plans into short-term plan, middle-term plan, as well as a long-term plan. What are you going to do with the degree after graduation? Upon return to your home country, how are you going to apply the skills you have gained from the University of Exeter? You have to list timelines of things you're going to do and according to how important they are. So are you going to take up employment in a particular organization? From that organization, you can actually impact the knowledge and experiences you have gotten from the University of Exeter and from the United Kingdom. You also need to put a timeline to what you're going to do in the next couple of years, 5 years time, in the next 10 years. They need to be realistic and they need to follow a chronological order. And you're also going to quantify and give numbers to the possible impact your work is going to be in your home country, the number of development you're going to bring in any sector of your interest, whether in the business sector, in the physical science sector, in the health sector, or even in the law sector, as the case may be. So you're going to quantify them and give numbers to them according to your career plan. So you can say in the next 1 year of graduation, you hope to work in so and so organization, you hope to set up so and so NGO, you hope to do so and so programs and projects in rural communities, as the case may be. I don't know what your objectives might be, but this is exactly what they need to see. So your career plan needs to be realistic, needs to be feasible, and you need to be it needs to be time bound. So you have to attach timeline to it. So you also need to show how you're going to collaborate with the University of Exeter and also other experts in the United Kingdom. They need to see a continuity in your relationship with them. You also need to know that you're going to be a good ambassador of the university after your graduation. So you have to show them how you're going to maintain this relationship, how you're going to give back to the University of Exeter, how you're going to give back to your community, how you're going to give back to your nation. So they need this alignment. So you have to put them very well in a nice and well organized manner. So it is also important that if there are possibilities for you to train others, you should also state them if it is part of your career plan. Okay, some career plan needs you for you to train others. For those of us in academics, we go back to the classroom. We have people we teach after our program. So some of these people may benefit from our experience from international or postgraduate studies. So if this is part of your experience, if this will be part of your career plan, you need to state it clearly in your motivation letter. At the end of the day, you will have a well-structured 500 words personal statement. Remember, like I said earlier, the motivation letter, the personal statement, they are basically the same thing. This is what the Green Future Scholarship needs to see in their essay. Okay, a little recap on all the things we have been talking about this essay. You have to write about your personal statement of problem. Okay, that is your first paragraph. Now write about your suitability for the program and for this scholarship, which is the lengthiest part. Then write about your knowledge of the program you are going for, how it is going to help you. Then lastly, you talk about your career plan, and then you do as I've stated earlier. So this scholarship is very nice. Once you have applied and done this your job very well and submitted your application, you will be considered. So the person who is going to be selected, or those who are going to be selected for this scholarship, will be based on one, like I said earlier, your academic excellence, your ability to tailor some of these things I've stated here very well. This is basically the structure of my personal statement when I submitted it. So this is basically how I structured it from beginning to end, and I was selected for this scholarship. So if you do the same, tailor this essay very well, read it very well, align it very well, make sure that you follow some of these insights I've shared, you are definitely going to be selected for this program. The difference between A, B, and C will be maybe their experiences, how they're able to tailor this information very well, how they're able to write their essays convincingly to the panel, and possibly they may also the type of maybe publications they have. Yes, these are some of the factors that play roles in this selection. But whether or not you have publication, whether or not you have some of these experiences, whatever you have in your hand, gather them together and put them well in a well detailed 500 word personal statement. Okay, so I hope I was able to explain this Green Future Scholarship and everything you need to know about it. It's worth the effort, and I encourage you to make your application. First of all, apply to the university, get your admission, then wait for the portal to open. Once the portal opens, put in your application for the Green Future Scholarship. Also remember to apply for the Global Excellence Award, like I mentioned earlier. So once you made the application, hopefully you are going to be the next selected candidate for the Green Future Scholarship or for the Global Excellence Award, as the case may be. And we have come to the end of this video today. Thank you for watching till the end. I really appreciate you all. Please, if you are new to this channel, I really beg you, please try to subscribe to our channel. And also, if you have watched this video to the end, please can you like this video and then drop a comment on the comment section if you have any question, maybe any aspect of the application that I didn't touch. Please go to the comment section and drop your question, and I promise I'll be there to answer it as soon as possible. Okay, that's the end of this video. Thank you very much. See you in our next video. Take care. Bye.